Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to another day of Wit and Wisdom. Today is Thursday, April 30th, 2020. So, on yesterday, you all answered these questions. How would you describe Cinderella's character or what kind of person she is? What happens at the end of the story to Cinderella? And considering what happens at the end of the story, what do you think is the central message of Cinderella? And here are some possible answers that you all gave. So one answer that I received was Cinderella is a good person and that she's kind for number one. On number two, what happens at the end of the story to Cinderella? You all said everyone finds out she was the princess at the ball. Her stepsisters are nice to her. She marries the prince. She lives at the palace. And all of those things are true. All of you used your own words with that, but that is the gist of what happens at the end of the story. And then your last question was considering what happens at the end of the story, what's the central message, which was our goal of the lesson and what we're going to talk about today. So two answers um, that consistently showed up was good people will be rewarded and kindness pays off. And I put your answers into what would be a good central message for us. And so normally this is in the shape of an oval, but for today, I just wrote the central message at the top, which is good people will be rewarded. And so all throughout the story, Cinderella exhibited the traits of a good person. She did good things. She was never truly bitter towards the things that her stepmother made her do or that her stepsisters made her do. She was just still nice and kind to them, and we know that from evidence from our story. So if we start at the beginning of our book to gather our evidence to support our central message, we know that Cinderella helped her stepsisters get ready for the ball, even though she was sad she could not go. And that's found on page 7. The numbers after each sentence is page 7. It's the page number. Next, the fairy godmother gave Cinderella new clothes and a way to get to the ball. The prince fell in love with Cinderella. Cinderella went to the ball again and danced with the prince. Cinderella's foot fit the glass slipper. And lastly, our last piece of evidence is Cinderella and the prince married and lived in the palace. So all of these things happen throughout the story. It's what we call our evidence, and it supports the fact that we believe that the overall message of the story is that good people, if you're good, you will be rewarded. If you're a genuinely good person in due time, you will be rewarded. Let's move on to our deep dive, which is compound sentences. So listen for the conjunction in this sentence. And after I read the sentence, if we were in class, I would have you all say, I have a conjunction and my conjunction is, and then say the conjunction in the sentence. Your first sentence is Cinderella went to the ball and lost her shoe. Now, here's your sentence frame, and then put the conjunction that you heard there. So what you should have said is, I have a conjunction and my conjunction is and. That's our conjunction for that sentence. Good job. Next, the prince wanted to marry the girl at the ball but didn't know who she was. Think about your conjunction in this sentence. Go ahead and say your sentence frame. So you should have said, I have a conjunction and my conjunction is but. So here it was and in this sentence it's but. The next sentence says, Cinderella had to leave by midnight or the magic would wear off. Think about your conjunction in that sentence. Very good. You should have said, I have a conjunction and my conjunction is or. The word or. Your last sentence is, the stepmother made Cinderella work hard because she was mean to her. Think about your conjunction in that sentence. Right, you should say, I have a conjunction and my conjunction is because. So let's go over all the conjunctions that we found. And, but, or, and because. Very good. Now remember, we said that conjunctions are words that hold sentences together just like glue. Conjunctions are words that act like glue to hold simple sentences together. So, Cinderella had to cook for her stepmother. Cinderella had to clean for her stepmother. Cinderella had to do laundry for her stepmother. I want you to think about those three sentences. What do you notice about all three of those sentences? You're absolutely right. All of them are about Cinderella and something that she had to do for her stepmother. So we have our character Cinderella, the stepmother, in every sentence, and we have a verb. So Cinderella had to cook, she had to clean, and she had to do laundry. And we're going to get into some compound sentences, putting multiple sentences together. And here's an opportunity for us to practice. Cinderella had to cook, clean, do laundry for her stepmother. So let's think about this. What do you think would go on these lines here? Not words. You're absolutely correct. We would put commas there because this is a series of things that Cinderella had to do. And we're also missing a conjunction. What conjunction do you think we're missing? Cinderella had to cook, comma, clean, comma, blank, do laundry for her stepmother. Would we say or do laundry? Was it an option? I don't think so either. Because do laundry for her stepmother? Nah, that doesn't make sense either. What about Cinderella had to cook, clean, and do laundry for her stepmother? I was thinking the same thing. I'm connecting with you. All right, so today we're going to get into your must do. It's very simple. I want you to take a piece of notebook paper and number it 1 through 5. And I just want you to write the conjunction that you recognize in each sentence. So you should just have a word. You do not have to write the sentences. All you have to do is beside 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is to write the conjunction that's inside of each sentence. So let me read the sentences aloud to you. Number 1. Would you like to eat pizza, hamburgers, or ice cream for dinner? What conjunction do you hear? Right, I'm going to help you with number 1. The conjunction for number 1 is the word or. O-R. So beside number 1, you would write or. Number 2. I want to go play, but I need to do my homework. What's our conjunction there? Number 3. I have a bicycle and I have a scooter to ride. Number 4, I am really sleepy today because I stay awake all night. Number 5, I have to clean my room so my cousins can come over and play. Right? And lastly, so that's just 5 things, 5 sentences. I gave you number 1. And then at the bottom of your page, I want you to write 2 of your own sentences using any of the following conjunctions. So, or, but, and because. And that's all, boys and girls. Please remember to take a picture and send it to your teacher or post it on Facebook, inbox it, email it so that we can give you credit for today. And I look forward to working with you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.